In here.
The tea I have set in the fridge already for you.
Hello. We're just getting our act together. Welcome to Lifescape's Healthy Kitchens. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about healthy mocktails. So many of us, myself included, are trying to cut down on the amount of alcohol that we consume because it, frankly, as a nation, it's out of hand. COVID didn't help that problem for a lot of people, except for those who are maybe a little bit healthy because they weren't going out as much. But for me, coming from a family of alcoholics and watching a parent die of liver failure, it is really, really critical that we help people moderate or abstain from alcohol when it's getting to be problematic. And the signs that we know that it's problematic, for myself, the clues are, I can't wait until I have a drink. I need to fall asleep, to de-stress, to enjoy a party. That's a bad sign. Or I deserve, when it becomes a reward for a hard day or whatever else is going on in your life. These are all, to me, clues of a behavior that's controlling me rather than a behavior that I am in full control of. When alcohol consumption gets to a point that it is causing adverse consequences, whether they be financial, whether they be medical, things like poor sleep, chronic fatigue, low testosterone, thyroid issues, hormone issues are often rooted in excessive alcohol. Liver disease is something we see frequently. Digestive issues, cancer, if you're worried about breast cancer, any cancer of the digestive tract, mouth, throat, esophagus, stomach, colon, prostate cancer to a lesser extent, but alcohol is a carcinogen. So if you have a cancer risk or a history of cancer, or you're worried about your brain, because alcohol is a nerve toxin, then, we really need to either get rid of it or learn to really moderate it. And most Americans don't know what moderate means. I actually went to the Culinary Museum in Napa, at Socapa, or I can't remember what it's called, the Culinary Museum at the Napa Cooking School. But anyway, in the old days, a drink was maximum 3 ounces. Today, people are drinking way too much. And, binge drinking is more than 4 for a man, more than 3 for a woman in any given sitting or given day. And many in our population are binge drinking, including our children. And we're also role modeling for our children. My children called me out when I was making wine jokes on Facebook. And they're like, wow, Mom, you're really becoming a wino. I know, at the most I have a glass maybe a couple days a week. But I was sending this message to them that this is kind of a cool thing. And, boy, that really schooled me. So let's talk a little bit about some mocktails. So mocktails are just a way to get the treat of having a cocktail. So you still have that habit maybe in the evening when you're cooking dinner or just kind of relaxing at the end of the day with your spouse. Do not disturb does not seem to work. Anyway, the point of mocktails is to kind of enjoy things, but is the sound not on?
No, that's good.
Oh, okay. But use ingredients that are more healthful. So I usually like to start with either a tea, like I think today we're going to be using a green tea, organic, ideally organic, or a peppermint tea in a couple of our recipes. Or one of my favorites in a mocktail is a kombucha. Kombucha is a fermented tea product. It does have a little bit of sugar or carbohydrates in it, and I usually do use either some fruit, maybe a little bit of juice or a little bit of kombucha as part of a mocktail. So it's still low in sugar. It's not a sugar hit, but you get the probiotics with the kombucha. And kombucha is one of the foods, both kombucha and kefir or yogurt, organic yogurts are some of the best foods for actually really modulating the health of our gut bacteria, our gut microbiome, that, you know, these trillions of bacteria are really the heart of our entire immune system, our entire hormone system, our entire ability to clear toxins from our body. So super, super important. Then I also like to add some sparkling water or something like that to give it a little bit of pizzazz, and we'll talk about some of the fruits and things like that. I'll also mention briefly things like seed lip products. There are a lot of non-alcohol wines, beers, and mixers that can be used in place of alcohol. So this is a citrus seed lip mixer that's would be like replacing gin or vodka in a drink. So you can play with some of those as well, and that's a nice way to have your cake and eat it too, in a way, without any cake. So the first one we're going to do is a crisp and cool strawberry kombucha. So what we do is take, let's see, do I have a glass I can muddle this in? 3 strawberries, and thank you very much to Dana for prepping all my stuff for me in advance, my sous chef. 3 mint sprigs, so I'm going to take some that she's taken the leaves off, and we're just put those in a glass, and then we're going to muddle those up a little bit. So that means I'm going to mush them, and you can use just a spoon of any kind. You can use an actual I don't know, like one of those honey stirrers, anything that's gonna give them a good mush, because you wanna get that juice and that flavor really full throughout the drink. So, yum. I wish you could smell it. It smells really good. So if some of you are making these, you know, enjoy the process. And I just got off a plane from Hawaii this morning, which is my home state, and oh my God, I found ripe strawberry guavas. We found a whole forest of them. So I have been binging out on strawberry guavas, which wish I could bring them back, but no such luck. Okay, then we're going to add a little bit of honey. So again, sometimes you need a little sweetener. It depends if your strawberries are super sweet, which I don't know. The ones I've been getting lately, not so much. But I'll just add a little touch of honey. Oops. Got it decorating. About a teaspoon. You could try without it. We're going to top it with some crushed ice. This is going to be a little likely to get it everywhere. Oh, and I forgot to bring my little umbrellas that I got for my drinks in Hawaii. Everything came with a little umbrella. Kombucha is carbonated, so be careful, it will go everywhere. So we've got a Gingerade. So this is a ginger kombucha. And ginger, tell me a little bit health benefits of ginger. Yeah. This got a lot of immune benefits.
Yeah, ginger is fantastic to help with digestion. It also increases motility in the gut, which is part of why we end up getting constipated by slow motility. And ginger is also an anti-nausea drink. If you are dizzy or nauseated, a few sips of this can actually go a long way. And it can enhance our ability to digest food more completely. It's also just refreshing, especially with this kind of heat.
Now, if you saw, I watered the kombucha down with a little bit of a sparkling mineral water just to get it a little lower carb. We can garnish with, a little sprig of mint, and Dana made all these beautiful little garnishes, a little citrus peel, a little raspberry, and you've got just a gorgeous, find the middle. Yeah. A gorgeous little summer beverage that is delicious. It's a little sparkly. It's got a little zing to it from the ginger, and really satisfying. You know what? Put anything in a wine glass and it's gonna feel like a treat, okay? Or put a little umbrella on it. It's gonna feel like a treat. So the next one we're gonna do, and you can enjoy that. The next one we're gonna do is a healthy mojito, sparkling mojito.
Fantastic.
So this one I'm gonna use some iced peppermint tea. So I've got that here. I'm gonna put a little ice in here first, I think.
This is the green.
Is that the green? Oh, that's the peppermint.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in there. Now I'm gonna not do the whole, I'm just gonna do a glass of this right now. We can do a whole pitcher of it as well, and the recipe you have is for a whole pitcher. So using some peppermint tea, we're gonna do a little juice from a blood orange, which these are, if you haven't seen a blood orange, they're beautiful. And I love the more color that we get, the better. So I'm using my little citrus juicer. Love these things.
This is what they look like if you're looking for them in the store. They'll be marked as blood orange. They're very juicy.
Yeah, we just got some in our eye.
We just got a spa treatment at the same time. And when you cut them, you'll see that beautiful deep orange color. They really are fantastic. They taste different than the regular navel oranges, and they're only around a certain time of year. So we're lucky we're in their peak, their season.
And again, I'm just gonna put a little bit of mint leaves in there. You can put some lime, a little bit of lime. So I'm gonna just squeeze a little lime. And sometimes after work, all I do is get some sparkling water and a little wedge of lime. Just keep a bowl full of little wedges of lime or a little bit of citrus, and it's wonderful. So we put some lime juice. You can actually zest the lime to get a little bit of extra flavor, or lemons or oranges even for that matter, to get that little extra flavor out of it. And again, you can put some honey in if you want it sweeter, but honestly, the oranges itself are going to make it perfectly sweet. So we'll do a little citrus twist on this one, and again a little sprig of what, lost my citrus twist in there, but that's a little sparkling mojito. Again, you can throw it all in a blender as well. You can also strain out the citrus or the fruit when you muddle strawberries, or we're going to do a blended one with some watermelon. But honestly, I prefer to have the fiber, because again, when you strain out the fruit from the juice, you've got more of a sugar bomb. The fiber is one of the things that slows that absorption. The other thing is, before you have any drink that has any carbohydrate in it, whether it's a juice or a sweetened tea or a kombucha, or if you do have a glass of wine or other alcohol that's got carb in it, really think about doing something that will buffer that sugar bomb effect. So just a handful of almonds would be a good way to do it, or any kind of nut. Something healthy fat is a good way to slow that sugar absorption. Some protein, a salad, maybe before going out to a party, have some green tea or something that's going to actually buffer that sugar effect a little bit. So there's that one. And then the last one, I do again add, there's lots of different sparkling mineral waters. They have different levels of flavoring to them, and natural flavoring does not always mean healthy, from what I understand.
It doesn't
so
at all.
maybe you can touch on what makes a healthy flavored water, or how do you know?
Yeah, if you're looking for a healthy flavored water, the first thing that gives you a leg up on all the rest of them is seeing that it's organic. The reason I say that is because they add into this natural lemon flavor, and that term natural, we think of it as being like, well, it's in nature, it's fine. Well, that's just a marketing word, essentially. It's not defined in any sort of way to mean anything other than what we think it does. So if it's natural, if it says natural on an organic product, then they're sourcing it from something that's not a chemical. It's not something made in a lab.
I actually have heard some flavorings actually come from like the glands of certain animal, they're glandular fragrancing products, which that does not sound appetizing, but, and it's not going to say on the label, from a skunk's gland or whatever it might be. I don't know. So the last mocktail recipe, and you know what, there are tons of these online. Some are healthier than others. Again, the more it's kind of natural fruit, teas or kombuchas as the base, liquids, healthy organic mineral waters, the better, and the less sugar, the better, obviously. But, so these are just a couple examples that sounded really good to me, but there's lots of options out there. So this one, we're going to use our blender. This blender gets a lot of use, I can tell.
Yes, it does. It's lived it's lived a decade at least.
Oh, wow. 1.5 cups of green tea. Sort of a little around there. Again, you don't have to be super exact, which is good for me because I'm not super exact. We're going to do 4 cups, so a lot of chilled seeded watermelon. So I'm going to get that out and start. And beautiful job on Jimena. Did Jimena do the prep work on?
I can't take credit for that. Jimena,
it's nice to have a sous chef.
Was a wonderful sous chef with a great attitude.
It's a good thing to, this is what you train your children to do, is prep everything for you. So, except then your kitchen is a holy mess. You just have, as a trade-off. It's a trade-off. So 4 cups chilled seeded cubed watermelon. 3 tablespoons fresh lemon juice. We're going to take that, slice up a lemon here. So a normal lemon is going to give you 2 to 3 tablespoons usually, if they're, relatively fresh. And I don't know that I've been taught the best way to store citrus to keep it fresh is stem side down in a little bowl of water. And they last way longer than in a bag in your fridge somewhere. So
that's great.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
I know some of you buy your lemon juice already squeezed in a concentrate, and I really recommend doing it this way. It gives you a little bit of a workout.
I was gonna say this is work.
Depending on how tough the lemon skins are.
Yeah, these are nice and fresh.
But the fresh lemon juice is leaps and bounds more satisfying.
Yeah, it doesn't have that artificial taste to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a Papa? Frank's just hovering, waiting for food.
Would you like a mojito?
You want the mojito?
Oh, here. Yes, we have a taster.
You guys on?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Hello, everyone.
Frank's always hovering for leftovers.
He's our official Westgate taster.
Okay, so I'm going to throw this in. Do we put some ice in it?
You can.
Wow.
Is that good? Does it taste like a mojito? Yeah, it's kind of got that. You put enough orange juice in it and a little.
Is that what's in it? Orange juice?
Orange juice and peppermint tea.
Wow.
Fresh blood oranges. Yeah.
And I didn't put any sweetener in it. Okay, we're going to blend away here. See you, Frank. Okay, we're going to serve these up. So. Just had a smoothie on the way over here. Smoothies are such an easy way to get a lot of colorful fruits and vegetables and always start your day off healthy.
Yeah, they can
Especially
really be
in
a
the-
lifesaver for time too.
Especially, and see, again, this, if you leave that in the fridge, it's going to separate out because you haven't strained the actual watermelon fiber out of it. But I don't care. I'm going to put her little berry garnishes. Oops, lost one in there. Another here. And cheers.
Cheers.
So, super fun, super exciting, great way to have a healthy non-alcohol party. We do not have to have alcohol be the center of our lives. So that's the goal here. Look for some alternatives, play with it. When your friends are trying to cut back, please support them. It's hard enough to do on your own. I think a lot of us, try. I credit my husband, who never touched alcohol, and we met my first day of college. I credit him with the fact I'm not an alcoholic like some in my family. So, he taught me through fraternity life and through all of our social life. Alcohol is an option, and it is not a requirement. It is not a requirement for a good time. In fact, my daughter, when she was in college, she said to me once, Mom, the drinkers think they're entertaining, but they're mostly just annoying. So I thought, I don't think that's entirely true, but that was her gross generalization. But I think all of us want to cut back, be moderate, and learn how to be good role models for our kids, for our friends, support our friends who are trying to cut back because of health or relationship issues, and just be good stewards of our body. We only get one of these, so enjoy it. I do want to talk about a couple things that are going to be coming up at Lifescape. We just got 2 really exciting new pieces of equipment that are technology beyond technology I've ever seen, and and they use magnetic resonance technology, so it's like electromagnetic pulsations, and one of them is called the Amsella chair that you can sit on, and it does electromagnetic pulsations that trigger the pelvic floor and strengthen the pelvic floor. So one treatment is equivalent to 12,000 Kegel exercises. Sounds like a lifetime of Kegel exercises. Anyways, FDA approved for treatment of incontinence, for strengthening the pelvic floor, which anybody who's got back issues, the pelvic floor is part of your core support of your spine. And also FDA approved for treatment of erectile dysfunction. So it actually improves blood flow. So that's super exciting. And then we also have something called the M-Sculpt Neo that we're just getting trained on all at the end of this month. We'll be having a bus event on the 25th of August, I believe, Friday at the end of the month, where people can come in and try a free treatment and see what this is like. But M-Sculpt Neo involves using that magnetic resonance technology to strengthen muscles along with radio frequency heat to burn fat and tighten skin. So over a course of 4 to 6 treatments, 30% fat burning, 20% muscle building. So people who are having weakness from various injuries, I'm going to get my daughter treated for recovery from her ACL repair because her quad is totally out of commission right now. So I'm super excited for the medical implications for shoring up strength for people who are having chronic back issues. So super excited. Watch for information on these and anything else we're supposed to announce. I'm trying to remember.
That seems like the big one.
That's the biggie. Yeah. So keep up the good work. Enjoy the very end of summer and back to school for all you students out there. And stay healthy. Take care. Oh, should I answer questions? Let's see. Okay, a drink. We have one question about what defines a drink. A drink is 5 ounces or less of wine, 8 to 12 ounces of beer, or 1 ounce, 1 shot of hard liquor. So that is 1 drink. So anybody who's having 4 or more beers, that is binge drinking. 4 or more glasses of wine is binge drinking. So that it means that is exceeding your body's ability to clear the toxin. So it puts your body under significant stress. So yeah, dial it back, be careful, take care of you. Thanks. Oops.